So now there's a poem called The Great Name. It says, tis is a way of writing it is. 'Tis not to you alone that I call by your name. So when I'm calling God by his name, Om Shri Aurobindo Ma, whatever, it's not just to the form of God that you're calling. The poet goes on to say what all you're really calling to by the great name. 'Tis not to you alone that I call by your name. When all of me becomes a blessed tongue, intoning the great name. So the siddhi of mantra jap is when your whole being becomes a blessed tongue, which is just repeating the name. When all of me becomes a blessed tongue, intoning the great name, overwhelmed by its puissance. Puissance is power. The great name is so powerful. And when all of me becomes a tongue saying the name, I'm overwhelmed by its power and melted down by its beauty. I call to the truth that hides behind appearances. So when I'm saying Om Shri Aurobindo Ma, I'm not just calling to their form. I'm calling to the truth, the universal truth of everything being God, the ultimate truth. I'm calling to that. I call to the truth that hides behind appearances. I call to the light that rescues the darkness. I call to the eternal fullness that redeems the perceived lack. So in the moment if I'm feeling a lack and I'm saying Om Shri Aurobindo Ma, I'm calling to the eternal fullness that you really are behind the perceived lack. 'Tis not to you alone that I call by your name. I call to that once glimpse deep of unfathomable sweetness. So when I'm meditating and I've experienced that unfathomable deep of sweetness, but in the moment I'm not feeling it. But when I'm saying Om Shri Aurobindo Ma, I'm calling to that one moment I have experienced perhaps sometimes. I call to the voiceless whispers forever beckoning beyond. Mother's whispers are always beckoning us beyond. I call to the sound of the mysterious flute. The flute represents the power of attraction the divine has on the human soul. So when I'm saying Shri Aurobindo Ma, I'm calling to the sound of the mysterious flute, wafting through the babel of material noises. Material noises are the noises of my thoughts. But through my thoughts, there's a flute which is always calling me. And when I say Om Shri Aurobindo Ma, I'm responding to the call of the flute. 'Tis not to you alone that I reach out by your name. I reach out to the lost kingdoms of the spirit. When I say Om Shri Aurobindo Ma, I'm calling out to the lost kingdoms of the spirit. I reach out to the loved one, now lost in the mist of compulsive thoughts. Mother is the loved one, but I've lost her in the mist of compulsive thoughts. So I'm reaching out to that. I reach out for the buoyant, light wings, now shackled by the great illusion. So I have spiritual wings, but they are shackled, they are tied down by the great illusion. I reach out to the vast oceans of the real that are renounced for the shimmering mirages of name and form. So beautiful. I'm reaching out when I say Om Shri Aurobindo Ma to the vast oceans of the real that are renounced for the shimmering mirages of name and form. So Rumi says it beautifully, no? People fancy that they are enjoying themselves. You know, when I'm partying, when I'm doing everything, I feel good, I'm enjoying myself. But Rumi says they are really plucking out their wings for the sake of an illusion. Yeah? We are giving up the real spring of joy and peace for the sake of an illusion. Because whatever we are enjoying in the moment, it's going to pass, it's going to change. But the real that will always stay with us as our sustenance, we are turning our back on it.